What's up, friends? We are going to be doing something a little bit different that I'm really excited about. Instead of doing just normal, basic predictions, which is great for everybody else, but it drives me insane because I get bored, we are going to do something a little bit more fun. We are going to fantasy book the Crown Jewel card. And by fantasy book, I mean we are going to lay out for you guys how we would have booked the card. So that is with current matches, maybe additional matches we would have added, who wins, what are the run-ins, what's the chaos, all that kind of stuff. So I will lay out my card.
You go first.
Johnny will lay out his card, and then in the comments, you guys can vote and let us know whose card you would have preferred. I bet you both will be better than what we're going to get, but we're going to go through it anyway. So let me pull up my little notes, and we will go through mine. So current card, just to start. The current card is Cody versus Seth, Stephanie versus Tiffany, Cena versus Styles, Rhea and Io versus Kabuki Warriors, and Roman versus Bronson, right? Okay.
Correct. I do feel as though on SmackDown we were going to get a certain match added. I don't know if you added it, but
Which
I
one?
did.
I didn't.
Zaruka versus
Oh,
Charlotte
I did. I forgot that SmackDown. I did add that.
I
Don't do
imagine
spoilers.
I imagine that gets it, but
Probably. Okay, so here's my booking. So I started with what matches are already on the card, but here's how I would book Crown Jewel. First of all, we have Seth beating Cody. Cody, I love you. Cody, I love you. Cody, I love you, but I think it's very clear that this Seth's title has always kind of been considered the secondary one, and I do think that Seth needs this W over Cody in order to make it feel a little bit better. However, Seth beats Cody with the help of the new fourth member.
I know where this is going.
Tony D'Angelo. Okay, we're bringing him to the main roster. Okay, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be beautiful.
That's it. That's just he beats him with the help of Tony.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Okay.
Well, you have Tony D'Angelo. What else do you need?
All right.
Right.
Okay.
I did go back and forth, and if I want Tony to be a member or if I want him to have his own group, I think I would have him start as a member.
Okay.
I think down the line, Tony would then form his own group, as I've talked about before on the podcast. But to start, he would be fourth member.
Okay.
I would have Stephanie beat Tiffany. I think that's
100%.
obvious. But I would have that due to a Julia interference.
Okay.
We need to give Tiffany something good, and we need Julia to be not just present, but wrestle. As a wrestler. On the wrestling show. That she works at.
Chill out. Them Kiana James stands might be coming out.
Oh, God. Yeah, whatever. So I would have Stephanie beat Tiffany, but I would have a Julia interference. Maybe she attacks her afterwards, whatever. I would have Cena beat Styles. That's it. I don't care otherwise.
That's it. Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't add anything
Right.
to that.
We just went straight
is what
grabs
it
for
is.
that one.
Yeah, straight
Okay.
grabs. And I'm also going straight grabs for the next one. Rhea and Io win.
Okay.
That's it. I would eventually have them go towards women's tag titles, but that could be a later
food.
A later food. So now here's where I added some fun, okay? Bronson beats Roman. Now, you may be thinking, Marissa, that's so fucking fun on its own. What could you possibly add that's better than Roman? Take it 1, 2, 3, bye, bitch! I have more. As the match is happening, right? Let's backtrack just a little bit. The match is still occurring. Roman is on the ground. Marissa is thriving. Bronson is winning. Roman gets up in his superhero-like thing that they will always write in because they don't want Marissa to be happy, right?
Ah, yep.
That bullshit. So Braun comes out to help Bronson. Braun 1 and Braun 2, right? Jay then comes out to help Roman. So then Seth comes out to help Braun 1 and Braun 2. Jimmy then comes out to help Roman. Okay? Now, Bronson ends up winning. Okay? Jay takes like 12 spears, right? It's great. Bronson ends up beating Roman. There's more tea. Okay? So then Roman loses his mind. Tiny little mind. Those all 4 brain cells go absolutely apeshit, right? So they start losing their shit on screaming at Jay, screaming at Jimmy, blaming the two of them. Now, Roman, I would agree with you. I think that they should have stayed backstage. Let's get your ass beat 3-on-1. But it's okay. He's mad that they do that, and then snap! Jimmy Uso super kicks him in the face, and we have the Jimmy Uso turn. Now, some may argue it's a heel turn. I argue babyface of the century. right? That is what I would do, right? I'm not done. I would add Charlotte and Alexa versus Zaruka. I would keep Charlotte and Alexa as the champions. I would not have them lose the titles. However, I do think that could give us the start of like we've been kind of in the beginning process of Sol versus Zarya eventually happening at some point in life. Maybe not, because they also didn't break up Grayson and what's his face. So who knows? But I would have that match on the card.
What's his face is crazy.
The last one I'm gonna add,
Okay.
and hear me out here, is Finn and JD.
Got you.
Okay. Versus LWO.
Okay. Not where I thought we were going. Okay.
Okay. So, obviously for the tag titles. Did you
Okay.
forget they have the tag titles? Everybody else did too.
Have one defense
So-
in 100 days.
So I would have Finn and JD versus LWO. Now, in full transparency, I did pick LWO because I couldn't think of anybody else that would, fit a story, or because there hasn't been a story.
And this is Walking Wild and Cruz del Toro, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. I was trying to think of somebody that maybe, fit a story, except they don't have one. So I figured, okay, let's do Cool Graps, LWO. That's what we're going to do. So
Sign me up.
this match is happening. It's for the tag titles. Dom tries to help. They still lose. LWO becomes tag team champions. And I figure, worst case scenario, we get some good matches.
Rocking with it.
Right?
This is-
Okay.
in terms of the Raw tag division, this is already an immediate upgrade.
Right. Okay. So now I have the chaos. And this is my favorite part of the entire show, of all of wrestling. Okay. Dom tries to help. They still lose. Finn gets mad at Dom. Of course he blames Dom. Because what do narcissistic psychopaths do? They blame other people. He's mad because he's old, right? So Finn gets mad at Dom. JD tries to calm Finn down. The girls come out, Raquel and Roxanne. They try to calm everybody down. Let's all relax. Now, Dirty Dom obviously is not going to take the bullshit, right? So he's going to go back at Finn. We're having a whole thing. Finn starts to calm down. We all start to relax. The girls and JD, sure, I'll separate them. They start to walk away. Finn attacks Dom. Bam! Marissa loses her shit, right? So Finn attacks Dom, and no one helps. No one helps Dom. They blame Dom because he got involved. They lost the titles. And then you have the greatest return in professional wrestling history. Out the crowd comes Liv Morgan. Returning, she attacks both girls. She takes out Finn. JD's scared. He's running. He's halfway back up the ramp at this point. He ain't fucking with any of that. And we officially have, after a nice oblivion to Finn, Liv Dom against the world. Ends the show. ESPN gives it a fucking A++++++. I promise you, there's not going to be a sixth of that excitement in what we actually get. But that was I get a 10 out of 10.
That's a pretty good card.
I also added little notes of I think if you could make it make sense, I would have liked them to build up more of a story for Wyatt Six and Street Profits and or Jacob versus Damien to add to this card. They did not do that. If they did, I mean, it would be, I could add it, but it's really a fucking stretch at this point.
Yeah.
So that's my card.
Okay. I mean, that's pretty good.
Right.
I like
right.
that.
Thank you.
I like that.
Thank you.
I think that the Liv Morgan return has been waited for a very, very long time.
Oh, and then she gets picked up by Team Marissa in the Fantasy Wrestling League.
Shocking.
And then we win.
Do you have anybody to drop right now?
Yeah, AJ Lee.
Oh, yeah, you haven't dropped AJ. Yeah.
See, it's what I thought. You thought nothing.
Okay.
I will sip on my Dunkin' and listen to your second best card. Go ahead.
Okay, I think my card is pretty great. Unfortunately, you took some of the pieces that I have, but all of mine are different enough. All right.
Okay.
So here's what I have. I'm gonna start off with Roman versus Bronson.
Oh, okay. You're going backwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Bronson's gonna win this in a street fight
I like
with the help of Braun Breaker,
it. I like it.
right?
Okay.
So we are going to see Bronson and Braun kick the shit out of Roman
This is great.
for a
I
lot
love
of
it.
this match.
It's fantastic.
And Roman knows he can't win this 2-on-1.
Oh, okay. So
That's where he gets Jimmy.
Oh.
Jimmy comes out to help him,
We
but
went
it's
different
not
ways.
enough.
Okay.
And Roman ends up losing. I do want to see some kind of Australian fun shit for the street fight. We need to see a shoey, whether that's by Big Rome or
fair.
whether that's by Bronson. I want to see the Sydney Swans get
Yeah.
involved, even though this is in Perth. All right, maybe Fremantle Dockers. You know, I'm talking about AFL. Let's get into it.
Queen
you
of the
know?
Ring Alex did ask for kangaroos with boxing gloves.
I didn't go Kangaroos, but because the Kangaroos know not to get into that fucking wrestling ring because of Matt Hardy. All right. So we are going to see Bronson Reed end up getting the win with the help of the Vision. Maybe you can get Seth involved, but I don't really think that he's all that needed for this match. The big story is that Jay didn't come out.
Okay.
Jay's not going to help out Roman. So then on Raw,
Smart Jay.
when Roman goes, "What the fuck, Jay? Your brother fucking came out here and helped me." Jay said, "You told me not to worry about nobody. I'm not supposed to worry about you.
Okay.
This is your order.
Is that what you said?
This is what you
This is what
said."
you said.
And Roman
Your
goes, "Oh shit, I don't like looking in the mirror. I don't like being the person that I rely on being selfish as well."
Yeah, I wouldn't like to look at him
And
either.
Jimmy is like, he is a lot like you. You know what? You're kind of right. You're kind of right, you dick. And
Okay.
then I think that I don't want Roman to get taken out in this match though, because I think that he should be going through the build for War Games for
Okay,
Survivor Series.
yeah.
So I don't think the whole stretcher thing is necessary.
Yeah.
And I think giving Bronson Reed the win in Australia is enough.
Okay.
Now we head to Rhea and Io versus
Okay.
the Kabuki Warriors. And
Okay.
while we do have something similar here in that Rhea and Io just straight up beat the Kabuki Warriors,
Okay.
I have a little extra touch.
A little extra tea. Okay.
And the extra touch is that after the match, Rhea is celebrating with all of her home country.
Okay.
And she takes to the mic and she says that her and Io have such a special relationship.
This is about to be a Queen of the Ring Alex type of prediction.
There's such a special relationship.
Right.
And that she was really weird, or she was really worried that she couldn't trust Io.
Mhm.
But Io picked her
Right.
over her own family,
Right.
which isn't actually her family.
Right.
But Asuka's like a mother to her.
You're close enough. I think it was Big Sister.
And in that moment where they won,
Uh-huh.
she knew that Io deserved the world.
It's getting so dramatic. Okay.
So she goes over to the crowd, and she has this little thing right here.
Oh God.
And she gets on her knees, and she presents Io Sky with a quokka,
Oh.
which is an Australian little like rodent thing that Io's really into. That I
God.
found out
thought
on
you were gonna
Twitter.
say a labubu. I was like, I have to go.
No, I'm trying to make it so that you think it's a proposal ring.
Right. No, I got that too.
But
Okay.
maybe a quokka labubu. I want an actual quokka involved
Okay.
here, and that's when Io loses
Yeah.
it, and then you can tie in Io merch with quokkas.
Which is the ultimate goal you had.
Bang!
Right.
Top tier seller. Can you imagine that? Can you
Mhm.
imagine a
Yeah.
little T-shirt
It's
of
insane.
Io Sky as a quokka?
Yeah. Great.
Squawka? Io Squawka? That's
crazy. Okay.
top tier. That's the biggest pop of the night.
Right. Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the Liv Morgan
Everything
return.
else is
Okay.
downhill from here.
All right.
Does she have a quokka? I don't think so. And then we get to John Cena versus AJ Styles.
Okay.
I do think that John Cena should win this.
Obviously.
I think that John Cena should then have a handshake with AJ, has a special little moment, and he says, "Guys, let's give it up for AJ Styles. I know that this is the end for me, but let's appreciate AJ while he's still here."
Mm-hmm.
And he leaves.
Okay.
And they do the AJ Styles song in Australia. It's a great little moment for AJ as well. And then bang, it's Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio kicks the shit out of the old man, says, "Oh, you can fly fucking 20 hours to go fucking beat me up. I'm gonna go fucking do the same to you."
I mean,
Right?
fair
Right?
game. Fair game.
So how's it feel now, AJ?
Fair game.
How's it feel? I'm Mr. Petty now. And then John Cena jumps in the ring. AA, bang, right on Dominic Mysterio. And then we set up John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio for
Ooh.
War Games.
That is good. See, I thought about including Dom in the Cena Styles match, and I thought that people would think it was too much Dom. And you know what? That was dumb of me.
Right.
That
There's
was
never
dumb
too
of
much
me.
Dom.
There's never too much. I
Um,
apologize, guys.
Then we have a very similar outcome here with
Okay.
Stephanie versus Tiffany.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Stephanie versus Tiffany needs some juice to it.
obviously.
And I think the most important thing, genuinely, to have right here is to showcase both of their strengths, which is just in-ring wrestling. I'd give this match 20 minutes.
Okay.
It's needed. You
Yeah.
want a really big match for Stephanie on her. I mean, it's not a title defense, but her first match as champion.
Yeah.
And Tiffany needs some shit right now.
A
So
lot.
just remind people that Tiffany Stratton is a really, really, really good in-ring wrestler.
When people are catching her.
When people are catching her. And ultimately you have Stephanie win.
Yeah.
But then I think after the match, that is where we get Julia coming out. And Julia and Kiana are beating up Stephanie and Tiffany.
Okay.
And that is Kiana can kind of just, be doing the best against Stephanie.
Okay.
It was she took out her knee,
Right. Okay.
whatever. So Julia goes and takes Tiffany on the announce table
Okay.
and goes to hit the Northern Lights bomb.
Okay.
And right before she could do it, Stephanie gets Julia.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Saves her.
Right.
I think that should then progress into the next week where Julia is like, I fucking had you.
Yeah.
And I want to be double champion.
Got it.
And then we get to, at the actual pay-per-view of
Yeah.
War Games, Julia does beat Tiffany, becomes
We're like super extra booking. Okay.
Julia beats Tiffany, becomes double champion, and hits the Northern Lights bomb on Tiffany onto the announce table or
Okay.
top rope. Fine with either. Because I think that it should be Julia being like, you have no one here to save you. No one fucks with you. No one likes
Yeah,
you.
Right.
And then that can almost be a time where you put the little neck brace on Tiffany,
Yeah.
take her off for a month or something, have her come back Rumble as a heel.
Yeah. Okay.
And be like, Tiffany be like, I forgot who I was.
Yeah.
I tried to be nice to everybody and I got my fucking neck broken. So
Yeah. So
Going
you,
back
you
closer.
cheated a little bit. We went a little ahead in the pay-per-views, but that's fine. Continue.
And then we have Cody versus Seth. Obviously, Seth desperately needs to win this one. After that promo with Paul Heyman, where he said that we will then look at you as a secondary champion. He definitely needs this win. But I think that
Paul Heyman shut the fuck up.
I think that Seth should get the win with the help of the Vision. And in this match, Seth is looking like he's going to lose to Cody.
Yeah.
And then you hear the theme song of the Vision. Bronson and Braun come out.
Okay.
And Seth is like, huh? And that is, Seth takes advantage, with the help of the Vision. He ends up getting the win, but you can clearly tell that Seth did not know that they were coming out.
He's not happy.
And this goes with the plan of Seth is having to pretend that he's running the Vision, and he's really not. And these
Okay.
are not his calls, that he has to just pretend that they are. And then, backstage on the Raws, you can get him, talking to Paul, being like, why the fuck did you do that?
Yeah.
And Paul was like, you said that you needed to win.
Right.
And it's this miscommunication and Paul just doing whatever the fuck he wants. Because Seth and Paul do not have the same relationship as Roman and Paul, which I
Right.
think is the story that they're telling there. And then Seth has to go through and say that he's better than Cody, but in the back of his mind, he wonders, is he actually better than Cody? Did he actually really win that?
Right. Okay.
And then we get to, I got 3 matches set up that
Okay.
I wish were on the card.
Okay.
One is just Rusev versus Dom. Just give us Rusev versus Dom. I think Dom just beats Rusev
Obviously.
pretty handedly. Where it can be with the help of the Judgment Day there. Maybe Dom beats up Rusev, and then we get Sheamus coming out to save Rusev, and then bang, boom, we get Sheamus and Rusev as a tag team. That'd be great. It's my fantasy booking. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Carmella Hayes also, she's just come out and beat up Seth and Cody. Zaruka versus Alexa and Charlotte, right? For the women's tag titles.
Okay.
I think that we should see not another version of Spear or Soul Snatcher on each other.
Yeah.
I think what we should see is that Charlotte puts Zarya in the figure 8 while Soul is hitting Soul Snatcher on Alexa,
Yeah.
and Zarya taps right as Soul is trying to pin Alexa.
Ooh, that's good.
So she's like, all you had to do was hold on.
Yeah.
And Zarya can be like, you don't fucking understand how much that shit hurt,
Yeah.
bro. Right? And that can be a whole thing.
Okay.
And then for the final match, the US Open Challenge, Sami Zayn
Thought about that.
versus Grayson Waller.
That's not what I was
And
thinking.
Sami Zayn hits a haluva kick on Grayson Waller and does a shoey to celebrate on Grayson, maybe pouring some of the beer
That was
on
gross.
him as well.
Okay.
That's it. That's the show. You didn't have a Quokka proposal, so
You didn't have Liv returning.
no.
Or
No.
Tony D'Angelo.
No, I'm saving that live return for Madison Square Garden.
Okay, fine. All right, well, you have now heard both cards. So let us know in the comments whose card you prefer. And Triple H's is not an option.
That's true.
It's mine or it's Johnny's. Let us know in the comments and we will see who wins for, I don't know, bragging rights, I guess, for
Yeah.
the first one. We'll keep tallying them as we do them each time and see who is the better booker in the end, maybe a year from now. You know. We'll come
Yeah,
back to
yeah.
it.
I think that at the end of this, we should go through like 12 months or so, and then we should have a Booker of the Year award.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
we go.
Well, we'll come back to that later. So let us know in the comments who you think had the better booking, had the better card, and we will see you for Crown Jewel.
Deuces, lads.